Hey friend, I'm a mom too, and I'm going to teach you how to be a better mom to your teenage boy. I've had 3 teenage boys myself, and I want you to know that, when we have those struggle moments and we're not just quite connecting, I've got some great ideas just for you. Hey, you probably noticed I am in the garage right now. It's all about location, location, location. If you want to be that best mom that you can possibly be to your teenage boy, you gotta go where they go. You gotta be where they are. My son happens to be one that loves being in the garage. Well, actually this son, my sons have all had, chosen their favorite locations, but this particular one that's a teenager right now, he loves being in the garage. So you gotta figure out, where is your son? Where does he spend his time? Is it in his room? Is it out fixing his car? Is it at the field? Is it on his video games? Wherever it is, find that location because that really matters. You want to find the location because that's where they are. That's where they're spending their time. And that's how you're going to get to know your son. So I want to share with you 3 really awesome tips, and I might throw a few more in there because so you gotta listen while we're talking here. But the first one is welcome their friends, like open arms to their friends. So right here, welcome their friends. No matter what they look like, no matter what you experience that with them, just welcome their friends. Like on Friday night, you be the one to buy the pizza and have them all come over to your house. Like if you offer pizza, they're gonna be hanging out over at your house, and then you're gonna be able to get to know them, get to experience them, and that will make such a difference in you connecting with your son. He will feel like you care. He'll feel like you want to be a support to him in his life. So welcome his friends and really try your best to not be judgmental. Don't, look at their appearance and listen to what they say. I mean, you of course, those are things that you want to listen for and you want to watch for so that you can help guide them, but not in that moment. In that moment, you want to just bring them in and love them and care about them. And when they feel your love, when the friends feel your love, your son's gonna go, oh, my mom's cool. She really knows my friends. She wants my friends around, and that makes, such a difference. It can make such a difference in you being able to connect deeper with your son. Number 2, this is a good one. Let them make some of their own choices. So many times as moms, we want to control their life. We want to totally be in charge. I know, I've done it before. We want to just totally control. If you allow them to make some of their choices, they're going to make some mistakes. And mistakes are some of the best learning experiences for your kids. It's hard, I know, because we're looking at the choices that they're making and we're thinking in our minds, oh my goodness, if he does that, then this is going to happen. But when your son can make a choice and he can have a little consequence from that choice, he is going to learn and it will serve him literally for the rest of his life. When you allow your kids, when they're teenagers, to make choices and have consequences at that stage of their life, usually the consequences are not as great as when they make those choices and they have really big consequences when they're a lot older. So it's good to have these choices and consequences when they're younger because those choices and consequences usually don't have as dramatic casualties. Now, sometimes you do have to kind of intervene because, if it's a big deal and it's going to make a really huge impact in their life, you may want to jump in and have some little guidance experience with them. But letting your kids make some of their own choices is really a really great thing to do. Just step back and let them make some choices. So that's what I would suggest for number 2. Now, number 3, this is a big one. Stop being so critical. Stop being so critical. Where this starts often as women, we tend to be critical on ourselves. We're thinking about ourselves and we're thinking, oh my goodness, I'm fat and I've gained 10 pounds or this or that. we are critical about ourselves. And when we're so critical about ourselves, what happens is that criticism of self like gets really deep, and it gets to a point where we can't handle anymore being critical of self. So we take that critical of self and we turn it on the people that we love the most. Our kids, our family, the people that we really care about. So as you find yourself being critical on self, stop it. Stop it. Because that critical of self will reflect out on the people around you. And when your kids feel like you're being critical of them, they don't want to be around you. It's so repelling. It pushes them away. When you're constantly in their bedroom and telling them this and telling them that and picking apart everything they do, they don't like it. They don't like it. So then, therefore, they don't want to be around you. So if you want your kids to be around you, you really want to stop being critical, and it starts with you first. You got to stop being critical of yourself, because when you're less critical of you, you'll be less critical with them. All right, that was number 3. Number 4, let's see here. Number 4, it's a big one. They simply want to feel your love. They want to know that you love them. They really want to know you love them. And the way they feel your love, every kid's different. Some of my sons, as they've been growing up, they love it when I hug them, and they love it when I am just like sitting right next to them and touching them. I've got a son that just wants to be hugged and touched all the time. And so I did that with him. But then I have 2 sons that they don't want that as much. One, a little bit, and he's grown into being more of a hugger and a toucher. And the other one, I've had to work it for a while to get him to be more affectionate. And can I tell you a secret? Let me just tell you a secret. This is what I did. I began to, with this son, I knew that, he's a teenager and he's on his phone all the time. And I knew I had to meet him where he was. And that was his communication device. So I began a whole, I didn't know how long it was going to take, but I texted him literally every single day. And I found something about him that I thought was really cool. And I would text him, "Great job on your grades," or sometimes I would have to search my brain to find something awesome to text him about, but I seriously did. I would text him every single day, and this lasted for about 6 months. After that 6 months, I still text him, maybe not every single day, but guess what happened? At night, he used to just come home and he'd go straight to bed, and I wouldn't even see him, and I'd have to go "Where's my son?" And I have to go find him and say goodnight to him. But now he comes into my bedroom because, obviously he goes to bed way later than I do. But now he comes into my room and he just jumps on the bed, hangs out with me, tells me about his day, and we are connecting. That would have never happened had I not gone to his location first with his phone. I communicated to him through his communication device, and that is what made a difference for him. He knew at that point in time that I really loved him. I really cared about him. And so now he comes to me to feel that love. And it is really, really cool. I really want you to have the best experience connecting with your teenage boy. Teenage boys are amazing. And it can be the best experience of your life by connecting with those teenage boys. That connection that you get with them during those years can literally last a lifetime. So make a point to do these 4 things. Welcome their friends. Let them make some choices. Stop being so critical and really let them feel your love. You're awesome. You got this. You got this. We'll see ya. Hey, Did you like that? Do you think it's gonna make a difference? Well, I'll bet you that because you're here, you probably have a really good idea yourself. Leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear your ideas, and I'm sure everybody else would too. It would make a difference for all of us. You know, I wanna just invite you to subscribe to this channel. My husband and I, we're just passionate about relationships and connecting and just really making a difference in people's lives. So subscribe to this channel so that you can get the best updates in connecting and just really connecting with your family. I've got a class, it's called Master Your Influence. I want to invite you to. My husband actually teaches the class, Kirk Duncan. He's amazing. It's called Master Your Influence. There's a link right here that you can connect to and get yourself signed up.